Right, so back on the Volvo. Just got on holiday last week, and suddenly we got loads of travel on the handbrake now, as you can see. Feels like it's only gripping on one side, so we'll jack it up and spin the wheels and see if there's one wheel that spins more than the other. And then if there is, we'll investigate that side first. Cable looks fine underneath, so who knows what's wrong. Right, so handbrake on as hard as I can get it. Does sound very creaky in there. Go around and try the other side. For some reason this handbrake though, it's not on straight away. You've got to let it roll, the wheels have got to roll before they work. But that one's feeling pretty solid actually, so I don't know, it's too hard to tell. Might probably rip the passenger side off first anyway, see what it sounds like. I'll just get it up on axle stands. Right, so that's the wheel off and handbrake's off. So it looks like, you can see there, just got 2 bolts on the caliper to undo. Luckily it's on the flexi there, so should be able to put it up out the way nice and easy. So there's loads of meat left on the brake pads. Also, there was something I wanted to check, because we are planning on road tripping this next year to Ireland. So we'll get the caliper off and then we can get the disc off then and see what's going on. Got the caliper come off nice and easy. It's not the best access to the bottom nut, but luckily I managed to undo it with the spanner. So we've just got this locking bolt here. Oh, it's nice and loose already for us. Ideal. Don't know if I'm going to be able to take this off by hand, but we'll give it a go. Oh yeah, nice and loose, look. Right, let's look for something broken then. Oh, there's no liner on the bottom of the brake shoe there, look. The hell's that gone then? It's got the pad on the top there, look, and not on the bottom. Must have just completely worn it all away. Right, so another day. Got the bits arriving soon. So let's get this side stripped down. So it was all ready to refit the new bits. So I don't know, I had this wheel off before, but these nuts are just terrible on here. Maybe it's the studs as well. I don't know if they're easy to replace or not. But... Right, so got the bottom brake caliper bolt out nice and easy. Just doing the top one there. It's a little bit trickier because the brake pipe's in the way on that one. You can see there where my finger is, but we'll see what we can get in there. Got the top one off there as well. I can just take off this brake caliper. Everything's difficult to do one-handed. We'll do what I've done the other side. Take it off. And we'll just rest it on top of the axle. And we just need the 10mm then to undo that one, and we can get the disc off then. Right, so this side's come off nice and easy. That's what it looks like in the drum. All looks good. Shoes look really good on this side. So yeah, it's just that one side where it delaminated is the issue. Does that look like it's coming apart there? I don't know, let's have a flick and a feel. Oh no, I'd say that's on there quite tight. I'll say it's only trying to do it with a pick. But anyway, just waiting for the shoes now, we can get that back together. Right, so we've got the new brake shoes here. Go on the Volvo. They'll look good, nice padded ones. But say before we do that, I'm actually going to suck off the handbrake. It's obviously the ashtray needs to come out. So that, just push it down and pull it back. And I think down here, you've got these little tabs that need to be pulled up. So do one side. Do the other side, it should just pull out now, like so. And we've got to slacken off the handbrake cable, should just mean undoing this nut. Right then, so just pop the spring off that side. So hopefully you can start getting it apart now. So there are the retaining clips there. So I don't really know what I'm doing here because I haven't done it before. Right, we've got the shoes off. I'll try and refit it now, but at least I got the other side so I can look at what I'm supposed to be trying to do. See, I can't remember how all that went. Everything will seem nice and free there. So it's a bit fiddly here, trying to get the shoes on, because obviously you're trying to get top and bottom of the shoe lined up like the lever, whilst trying to put the spring on, whilst trying to stop the shoes from falling out. But I think we're getting somewhere. Right, so in the end, let's get this side together first, then make sure it's on the lever bits there. There's just a bit of a wrestle then trying to get the spring in. I managed to get the spring on first at the top, then managed to pull it down on the bottom. Combination of where are they? Long nose pliers and a screwdriver. I should get it on there. So the drum can go back on there now, but we're going to go to the other side first. So in case I need to come back and remind myself how it goes together. Right, onto this side so we can remove it. Unfortunately, it turns out the wheel studs are shot on this side, and the nuts, so I've ordered new nuts and wheel studs, but unfortunately Amazon sent me the wrong wheel studs, so I've had to order the right ones from Volvo part supplier. But obviously that would be here till next week, but at least we can get the brakes done anyway, because you can knock the studs in and out with the brakes in position. So it's just letting you see the groove there a bit where the brake shoe goes into. You see there's a little notch on the brake shoe there that goes into there. So we're just trying to disconnect the springs at the moment. Then there's that bar there, it goes on the outside and the spring goes on the inside. Right, it's got this side off. Again, everything's all nice and free in here. Pivot's not jammed or anything, so I'm tempted to not grease that because it might attract dirt to it. I'm just going to put a bit of copper grease on the touch point there. Right, got the hang of it now. Let's get this side together first, and then you just slide it over, and that lines up with the clips on there. And then we just got to try and wrestle the spring on now that goes in there. But it's just a bit fiddly, but it's all doable. Whereas one of those things, it took me forever to do the first side, and this side seems to be going on quite quickly. That side's on as well. It's just a little tricky getting the spring on, but we managed to do it just with pliers on a screwdriver. Well, that's very annoying, because if you see here, we got a gap there and there. And because of that, we can't actually get the drum back on. It's annoying because I was told with these Padgett ones, you wouldn't have to modify them to fit it, but it's like I've got to take it all apart again. Right, so what I had to do in the end, I just had to grind those slots a little bit bigger on the shoe. So you can see there now, they're all but touching on there. And then I had to do on this side, I just had to just take a little bit where the arm goes. Oh, you can see there where I ground. I just ground that down just a tiny bit each way. So hopefully the handbrake's still going to work from doing that, but obviously you don't have a choice, you can't get the drum on. Right, got the spring back on. Actually went on really easy. Now we trim the shoes back a bit so we can put the drum back on now. Make sure you line up the bolt hole. Just gotta hope I haven't ground too much off now. We can go around and do the same on the other side now. Right then, handbrake's feeling really good. A few clicks to come up and it's on nice and tightly. So now we're just going to refit the brake caliper now. Should be nice and easy, just 2 bolts. Right there and there. Also just make sure when you put the handbrake cable back on, you're not twisting the brake hose. Right, it's just putting the wheel back on. So we've got these new wheel nuts because they were completely torn up the other side. Like, look at the state of that stud there. So we've got new studs to the other side, but hoping this side we can just put new nuts on. So hopefully these ones will fit. Right, so this is really turning into a long job now. Those wheel nuts didn't fit. Well, they did fit, but the collar was loose on them. So we sent them back and got some more come in. Also the wheel studs, for some reason they got sent to Carlisle. And then when they arrived, it was just a bag. It was just like an empty jiffy bag that arrived. So Parts Monster didn't have them in stock then, but they managed to get some sent out for the weekend, which is very handy. Just about to change the studs, but we've got the handbrake on. Right, handbrake off. This will just slide off now. Again, everything's harder with one hand. And the brake disc off. We'll just make sure you're not hitting anything there with the studs, but then we should just be able to tap out these studs now. One. Just got to try and find a way to wiggle it out now. Well, I managed to get the old one out with all the other brakes in, so I'll just have a fiddle with that with 2 hands. Right, so with the hub down in the 7 o'clock position, or the stud down in the 7 o'clock position, I was able to get the old one out, just get the new one in. Do it like that. And we got put a wheel nut on there then. Right, always something to slow you down. See, I need something that's going to go over that, because obviously if you look on there, it comes past that. Just trying to find a big nut or something. Not succeeding so far. Right then, well, this isn't as easy as I thought it was going to be, but it never is. You can see there we got the stud pulled in all the way. We have to use 2 spanners on there for spaces, and we are just buzzing it up with the impact driver, but obviously go very steady to make sure you don't strip the new threads. Obviously it's not helpful, I'm still using the old nuts because I don't know when the new nuts are arriving, hopefully this week. Right, all going well. We'll try and film the last one, but I don't know if I can. I've been putting it stud in there. I'm just putting a little bit of oil on, really just to make me feel better more than anything. Then I've been putting a 16mm spanner on and a 15mm. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to film this. Then I've just been putting the nut on there. Let me just put the camera down for 2 secs. I've been gunning it up enough so the stud will clear the handbrake mechanism, like that. Then I've been putting my head in above, obviously holding on very tight, and then obviously when that stud gets tight to the hub, I've been stopping then. Again, I can't really film it because I need both hands. As you can see, that one is now flush, but obviously once you fit the wheels, you will want to keep torquing them. Obviously it's not the ideal way doing it with an impact driver, but it definitely works. So we can get the drum back on there now, and we can get the wheel on and see if we can salvage, maybe take some nuts off the front, just try and get the wheels back on. I'm supposed to be doing the Land Rover today because the MOT is booked for Thursday. So, right, so disc back on, little bolt in, so you don't do it up too tight. Caliper in with caliper bolts, so we'll get a wheel on and see if we can find a couple of nuts that will fit each side. Easy, I think that one's going to fit, obviously. So you don't want to damage the new threads. Right then, so we've got the new wheel nuts on. We've put them on all 4 corners. I'm leaving this cap off for now because I want to check the torque with it after I've used the car a few times. So we've just got a bed in the handbrake now, then hopefully that's the Volvo back on the road now then. Right, so unfortunately that didn't work with the handbrake. So I did have one of these clip snaps. I don't know if that was anything to do with it, but we've replaced that. I'm wondering if they were the wrong shoes I was given, but so I just bought this kit from Brookhouse, and we bought some adjusters as well. There's a part number there. And also just fitting that lot. So I don't know if there was anything wrong with these shoes, or if I ground too much off or something. Don't really know, but anyway, ordered all the new kit, because with these it did say 940 on the box, so whether there is a difference or not, I don't know. It could be multi-link ones. But yeah, we've got this on, so hopefully this is going to do it. I'm just tightening up the brake shoes now and sliding the disc on and off, so there's just got a tiny bit of a feel to it. Then we can adjust the handbrake cable then. Right, so got that back together. I'm just going to go wash my hands and we can adjust the handbrake cable. Right, so it's a little bit tricky to adjust. You've got a 19mm nut there you hold with a spanner. I should try and turn the other one, but I've also been holding that one and turning that one. We're just going to do it. I think we're aiming for around 3 or 4 clicks on the handbrake for the wheels to be locked. Well, that's feeling really good on the handbrake. I'll just get the brake calipers back on now and get the car on the ground and see what it feels like, but that does feel really promising. Right then, I think the handbrake's holding a little bit better, but obviously I won't know till I've bed the shoes in and we just drive along, and then on a hill we just have the handbrake on slightly going down. But yeah, hopefully that'll be sorted. Got it all nice and a few clicks on the handbrake. So there we go then.